In the wake of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's high-profile divorce trial, many are wondering where they've seen the actors before. Depp is a Hollywood veteran with an illustrious career spanning decades. Heard is relatively new to the scene, but that doesn't mean she isn't without her own impressive body of work. Here's a look at some of the most notable roles from the Depp Heard Trial cast. First up, the actors in the Depp Heard Trial and a list of their previous roles. The trial of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard was held on April 11th. During the argument in May 2016, Heard claimed that Depp threw a cell phone at her, which was one of the allegations the two faced over allegations of domestic violence. Both actors have enjoyed successful careers in Hollywood, and the public's focus was drawn to their respective legal proceedings. But what many people may not know is that both Depp and Heard have starred in other films. Here's a look at some of their previous work. Johnny Depp is known for his roles in Pirates of the Caribbean, Edward Scissorhands, and Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. He also starred in Tim Burton's Alice in Wonderland as the Mad Hatter and played gangster Whitey Bulger in 2015's Black Mass. Amber Heard has appeared in films such as Magic Mike XXL, Pineapple Express, and The Rum Diary. She also starred opposite Johnny Depp in 2011's The Rum Diary and had a role in DC's 2016 film Justice League. It will be interesting to see how these actors' previous roles play into their legal defense. Next is how popular the films and TV shows are that the actors have been in. Johnny Depp and Amber Heard's high-profile divorce has been decided, and the cast of supporting actors is shaping up to be quite interesting. Depp has been in major Hollywood blockbusters, including the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise and Alice in Wonderland. Heard has had a more modest career thus far, with her biggest role coming from the 2016 film Magic Mike XXL. Interestingly, both actors have starred in TV shows that were canceled after one season. Depp starred in the short-lived Fox series The Lone Ranger, while Heard guest starred on the CW show The Vampire Diaries. Overall, both actors have had fairly successful careers in Hollywood. Depp's films have grossed over $3.7 billion at the box office, while Heard's films have grossed just over $600 million. Their TV shows may not have been hits, but they've starred in popular films and TV shows that millions have enjoyed. Now for the trial of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard. The trial of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard had many people talking. Some believe the couple got a fair trial, while others believe they didn't. Some factors could play into this, including the media attention the case has received. Part of the trial's deciding factor was Depp is a celebrity, and many people found it hard to find him guilty. Many people were unwilling to believe Heard's allegations. The case had become a fierce battleground over the truth about their relationship, with both sides accusing the other of repeated domestic abuse and what was unquestionably a tumultuous marriage. The judgment was delivered, and they awarded Mr. Depp $15 million in damages. Still, the judge capped the punitive damages total per legal limits, costing $10.35 million. The jury awarded Ms. Heard $2 million in damages. Meanwhile, did Depp and Heard receive a fair trial? It has been over 5 years since the world watched as Hollywood's golden couple, Johnny Depp and Amber Heard, divorced. The following months were filled with allegations of domestic violence on both sides, with each side painting a very different picture of what had transpired during their short-lived marriage. In the end, Heard accepted a plea deal in which she admitted to falsifying reports of abuse and received a 3-month suspended jail sentence. Depp was cleared of all charges. Many people were outraged at what they saw as an unfair trial, one in which Heard was given preferential treatment due to her celebrity status. Others felt Depp was lucky to have avoided serious punishment, giving the overwhelming evidence against him. Still, others maintain that the ordeal was simply a publicity stunt by two disgruntled exes. Now, nearly 5 years after the divorce was finalized, Heard has spoken out about her experience to change how society talks about domestic violence victims. In an op-ed for the Washington Post, she writes that the full truth about her relationship with Depp has never been told. She calls for a systematic reform of how law enforcement officials and the courts handle these cases. Whether you believe Heard or Depp, one thing that cannot be argued is that domestic violence is a serious problem that needs to be solved. The case of Johnny Depp and Amber Heard may have been a Hollywood spectacle. Still, it also brought attention to a very serious problem that is experienced by millions of individuals all over the world. And lastly, opinion on who is at fault in the situation. Heard was painted as a victim, with some believing that she was only trying to protect herself from an abusive husband. There is an allegation that Heard was as violent as Depp and even threw a phone at her during an argument. Heard's testimony painted Depp as as a controlling husband whose physical violence was often preceded by accusations of infidelity. Depp's testimony described Heard as a mercurial partner who sought to instigate fights, so it's hard to say who is at fault in this situation, but it's clear that both parties are not without blame. Next, in other related news. Firstly, Amber Heard shows herself having a fun day with daughter Una in Mallorca. In addition to Johnny Depp's recent appearance in New York City without facial hair, ex-wife Amber Heard also made a recent appearance in the Spanish resort of Mallorca. She has been residing there under a false name in a poor effort to conceal her identity. She is doing a lousy job though, as the paparazzi could identify her immediately. Johnny Depp is furious with her for using the name Martha Jane Canary and posting pictures of herself having a great time while on vacation. Heard and her daughter Una were spotted this week on a field trip in Mallorca. Elon Musk's blood is said to run through the veins of Amber Heard's 1-year-old daughter, but nothing has been confirmed yet. No one, however, would be shocked if it were the truth. Amber Heard appears happier in a place where being a celebrity doesn't affect her as much as it does in the United States. She has been more at ease than ever in the past year. She hardly ever ventured outside in America without being noticed. Only in a setting like Mallorca could one find this kind of privacy. Even though she had to go by a false identity to some extent, Amber Heard was spotted recently traveling through Mallorca while donning a black top and denim jeans. She appears to be having fun with her daughter while giving little thought to the photographers. Kostic is the name of the town in Mallorca, by the way. Finally, Amber Heard set her 16-point grounds for appeal. Amber Heard filed an appeal Tuesday, 4 months after a jury awarded Johnny Depp $10.3 million in damages. During the June trial, Depp claimed Heard's 2018 op-ed supporting domestic abuse victims defamed him. The opinion post didn't mention Depp by name. Still, he suggested that readers may deduce it from 2 phrases in the headline. Amber Heard, I came out against violence and face our culture's fury. This must change. The jury also awarded Heard $2 million for her countersuit over Depp's lawyer, Adam Waldman's hoax comment. Heard's appeal was expected after the trial. According to documents obtained by Vanity Fair, the grounds for appeal range from a lack of clear and convincing evidence for actual malice to the trial court's failure to invalidate the damages the jury assigned after finding both Heard and Depp had defamed each other, an inherently and irreconcilably inconsistent thing. Some of the arguments had been cited in court or post-trial interviews by Elaine Bredehoft, so there were few surprises. Several points involve evidence admitted that shouldn't have been, any evidence not admitted that should have been. It includes interactions with medical professionals, employees, friends, and family. Depp was suing over the op-ed and alleging he lost business and was entitled to damages. Still, he led the jury to believe Heard was on trial for words or incidents before the article's 2018 publication. They settled for divorce in 2016. Heard parted ways with Bredehoft in August and hired David L. Axelrod and J. Ward Brown of Ballard Spahr to handle the appeal. Ben Rottenborn of Wood Rogers remained as co-counsel. Ballard Spahr successfully defended the New York Times against Sarah Palin's defamation suit, claiming they would assist frame the appeal around First Amendment rights. According to a Heard representative, a fresh court demands different representation, particularly as so much new material is now coming to light. Following Depp's appearance in the United States, the document was filed in the Virginia court. While touring North America with Jeff Beck, he was seen in New York collecting autographs. On Tuesday evening, he performed in New Jersey. Thanks for watching. If you like this video, like and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this. And don't forget to leave a comment below, letting us know your thoughts. We love hearing from you.